see, this is part 2 of my sock doll. In the last video, I showed you guys how to make her body. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do her hair and make her a face. For her face, I used some white, black, and red fabric paint. And for her hair, I'm going to be using some orange yarn. I'm also going to make a dog out of this dog sock. And I'm going to make her a dress out of this old pouch I had. You'll need some matching thread and a needle and the fabric paint I got from Amazon. And you can use any kind of yarn. You can use whatever color you like. So let's get started. Okay, now it's time for her hair. I'm using orange yarn for this. I'm going to loop the yarn around my fingers a few times. Then I'm going to tie the bottom and sew it to her head. I'm using the same end piece of the orange yarn to sew it to her head. Now I'm going to cut the bottoms of the loops. Make sure to cut each end of the loop. I'm just cutting the ends to make it all even. Now I'm going to unravel each thread of yarn in her hair. This step is optional. You can keep it the way it is, but I want it to look more like a real head of hair. It may take some time to do. Now I'm just cutting it all so it'd be the same length. Now I'm just going to fill in the empty spaces in her hair and follow the same steps. For her face, I'm using the white fabric paint, and I'm just making her some eyes and a mouth and some eyelashes with the black fabric paint. And her pupils are with the black fabric paint as well. For her cheeks, I'm going to use red and white fabric paint. You can also use pink fabric paint, but I don't have that, so I made my own. Now I'm using this pouch for her dress. I'm going to cut it open and cut off the buttons, and then I'm going to measure it to fit her. I'm only using half of the pouch for her dress. I cut the straps off so I can make smaller straps for her arms. Turn the dress inside out before sewing it together.
Before I met you, everything was black and white, but it's so different. Now it seems so bright. You bring the color to my life. You bring the color. You bring the color to my life. You bring the color. Love is a rainbow. Rainbow is a smile of sky. Love is a rainbow. Your love makes me feel so fine. Love.
I just sewed a straight line going down the back of her dress. Now I'm going to turn it right side in and measure the straps for her arms. You can cut off the excess fabric in the back of her dress. Now I measure her arms and cut in the straps in half into smaller pieces. Then you can sew it to the dress. I'm sewing it from the inside out so that the thread doesn't show. Now I'm sewing on the other strap. After you're all done sewing, turn the dress back right side in. Now as always, I'm adding a little something extra. I had a piece of pink ribbon and I'm tying it into a bow. I'm going to sew it onto the dress. You can add whatever you like. You don't have to add this part if you don't want to. Now I'm just slipping the doll into the dress. It was a little difficult to get it on her at first. Now for the dog, I'm going to cut this sock in half and keep the paws. I'm going to fold the paws in a little bit and then sew it together. You can make any animal you want. It depends on what kind of sock you have. Now I'm going to stuff the dog with my pillow stuffing, and then I'm going to sew the bottom and the top opening of the dog. And all done. Here's the dog and here's the doll. You can style the doll's hair however you like. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye, and please be sure to subscribe.